I should probably edit the stream. There we go. Kerbal Space Program. Done. And eventually someone will come in. So I guess I can start with my intro. Hey everybody, HMV here. Playing more Kerbal Space Program, and Jeb is not on the ship. He's also not over here. Actually, he is over here. He's hiding behind this rock. I took a screenshot just for the fun of it. But it is time to head back to the ship now. All he has to do is take a step and he flies into the air with the greatest of ease. The ship is full, so this plan worked perfectly. I just realized I don't think I ever planted a flag. The whole reason of coming out here was to plant a flag, and I never did it. uh, 02 Gilly. You can't hit tab there. 2 down, many to go. I have no idea how many are to go. Apparently you can climb the flag. I'm afraid to do that though, for fear that it might crash or might knock the thing down. Okay, where is our ladder to get in here? It's on the exact other side of the ship. The last thing I want to do is bump the ship too hard and knock it out of... There's my doorway. And we ragdolled. Oh, this is what I remember hating about Midness. Hello, viewer. Don't know who you are, but welcome. We are just landed our mothership on Midness. We have filled it with all the tasty fuel. Or sorry, Midness, Gilly. We filled it with all the tasty fuel, and we are ready to take off to go to Moho to complete the Grand Tour contract here. In particular here, we are full of everything. We have no needs. All we're missing is 15 monoprop, because I'm never putting monoprop in this guy, because I want him to be as light as possible for some of these missions. So I just never put monoprop in him, because I don't think I'm ever going to use enough monoprop to make that worth it. Okay, I'm hitting F5. I'm going to just tap the engines here. And then we are turning this guy eastward. Although we could just burn into orbit, or burn into Eve orbit, and then deal with it, because we're not going to get any... Yeah, let's do it. We'll burn ourselves into Eve orbit, because we're not going to get any sort of Oberth effect from Gilly. There we go. Now we need to go to Moho. And Moho is this way. So when we're over here, we're going to want to burn. This is going to be not a super efficient way to do this, but there's not much else I can do. Let's see what this looks like. Actually, that's a good time to burn. We're getting close to our... Getting close to our descending node here, so let's fiddle with the time and see what we can do here. Oh, still got click through. Find a place I can put this where I can click on most of the buttons that I like to click on. Okay, if we go forward, it doesn't change anything. Okay, let's go forward a little bit more. Let's go forward a lot more. There we go. It's making my burn more efficient. Somewhere around here, then we need to slow down a bit. Again, no connection with Moho, which is annoying. Okay, there it is. We'll just do that. 1066, that seems reasonable. I need to turn off Kerbal Engineer because it gets really confused when the ship is all put together because it has no idea what the root part is. In fact, to be honest, I have no idea what the root part is, so let's make it, or the control from here part. Let's make it the thing I'm used to it being. And let's get it out of Gilly's sphere of influence. We cannot warp faster than that. That is crazy. Okay. Let's go ahead and get ourselves over 8 kilometers up. And there we go. Okay, now we can actually time warp. But I'm hoping that Moho will be moderately easy. Cannot warp faster than 50 times while under 20. There we go. Now we're trucking. Yeah, they really need to fix the time warp speeds because this is ridiculous, basically. Yeah, by the time I can warp over 1,000 times, Kerbal Alarm Clock won't let me do it. Okay, we are now in Eve orbit. We're going to leave Gilly behind. Get ourselves aimed roughly at our maneuver node here. We also need to... Which engines are on and which are off? Activate. There we go. That was weird that it was showing none of them on, and then I activated one of them and it showed 3 of them on. But okay, there's 3 of our engines. 108-second burn because we're full of fuel. And we're going to hit F5 here just in case this causes any problems. And it doesn't. The ship is well enough made to get by that. I should probably have the computer on, though. I see a screenshotable moment here. Always take those when they come. For the maneuver node, I just care about getting my my orbit touching Moho's orbit. We can deal with the rest of it later. My goal for today is to ideally leave Moho. If I get all the way down to Moho and am able to also eject from it, I'll be pretty happy. I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to, from Moho, go to Kerbin to take care of Moon and Minmus, or actually go back to Eve for that easy refuel at Gilly that I just did here. It mostly depends on if I can make it back to Kerbin. If I can, I'm going to try to land on Minmus with the full ship. I think it might be able to make it, considering how easy Gilly was. Minmus is, a few factors higher difficulty than Gilly, but it's not too bad. Okay, we're getting really close here. So we're going to kill the maneuver node and just burn until we see a connection. There it is. Okie doke. Looks like we're going to be going a couple orbits here. I actually think I'm going to go minus an orbit, maybe even 2. Move precise node so it's not right there. And then we're going to burn retrograde here. I'm going to go by the hundreds. I wish there was a place I could put this. I guess we'll put it here. Okay. And then I'm going to go minus another orbit. Or 2. Because if we get this... Oops. If we get this retrograde burn, if we get a lot of this burn done early, then we don't have to do it while we're screaming past Moho. We're going to lose a little bit due to Oberth, but we're not going to lose that much, and a lot of the Oberth losses are... a lot of the Oberth losses you get on Moho are... yeah, see, this is the next orbit now, so... This is the way we're going to do it. We're going to do 1,700 meters per second at this burn. Nowhere near Moho. That way, when we do the burn at Moho, it'll be a lot less. There we go. We can tweak from there. And that is a 115-second burn. Really not all that unreasonable. We have 2 people in the watch it now. Hi, second person, or both of you if the other person had left previously who was watching earlier. Come on in the chat. I'm watching it. Okay, 2 days. We are leaving Eve. Bye-bye, Eve. We might be back. I don't know yet. The problem is next time we land somewhere, this guy's not going to be all strutted down because he's going to be disconnecting when we get to Moho here. So he's going to be a lot more wobbly. He is quite well situated right now, and that's not going to happen. Run DVI, hi, how's it going? We're going to Moho. And ideally we're going to come back. Okay, we're basically burning now. Really doesn't matter when we burn. Don't really care about the maneuver nodes so much as making sure I stay on the retrograde here. Didn't have the computer on. Oops. Yeah, it looks like we're either going to have to do multiple refuels at Moho, Which, if that's the case, I'm only going to do one on camera because I have a feeling it's going to be kind of a bear. Oh, another thing I need to do. I just remembered. Although I probably don't need the prospector probe. My prospector probe just decided to explode on the surface of Gilly for no particular reason. So, so I don't have one anymore. I was actually going to bring two, and I thought, why bring two? I also just realized I left my scanner in orbit of Gilly as well, which is a problem. Because I definitely need the scanner. So after this burn's over, I'm going to go back to Gilly. I think that scanner can probably make it. If not, I'm going to have to launch another one off the surface of Kerbin. Actually, I can almost guarantee it won't make it, but the other scanner that I blew up, never mind. These things you remember. I almost want to restore from quick save. I almost want to restore from quick save. The one thing I refuse to do is hyper edit, because I could just hyper edit fuel into that guy and be done with him. Can't believe I forgot my scanner at home. It's like leaving the iron on. And let's kill this. Come on. Okay, focus on Moho. Might as well get a good encounter before we abandon this whole thing. Whoa! I guess that is our good encounter. Do we have, we do. We have RCS enough to bring ourselves back this way. Yeah, that's the problem with... Oh, I was in time warp. That's hilarious. Okay. Let's do this, and... N, that's the one I want. Of course, my periapsis is gone now. Okay, 8.4. As long as this is going down, I'll keep burning it. Really doesn't matter that much, though. There we go. Okay, that's our best periapsis we can get right now. We should probably try to fix that. And we should probably do that right around here. Of course, Jewel is right in the way. Really? You're just not going to let me set a thing? I love this game, but I hate this game. Okay, add a maneuver here. Go minus an orbit, so it's actually on the orbit we care about. And then focus view on Moho. Okay, and just by burning, is it north? No, it's south. Actually, we can walk it onto our descending node just to make sure we're right. It looks like we do want to burn north a lot, which will screw everything up. Part of me wants to just fix everything here. What if we burn retrograde just a little bit? That's funny. Prograde Retrograde moves it away. No, it didn't move it away. Retrograde moves it this way, and then radial moves it back up. There we go. That's what we want. Retrograde and radial. And we want to just be really close to Moho. Never going to actually nail this, but we'll do it like that. And basically what I'm going to do is I'll get into orbit, and then we'll worry about being equatorial when the time comes. I might not even care about it. Okay, but the important thing is we're done with that. Let's go back to Gilly and see how much I screwed up. With my orbiter here. Yeah, in a moment of hubris, I crashed that ship into the surface of Gilly with no fuel in it. This guy has 867 meters per second. No way can he make it back. He can't make it anywhere. We can fetch him once we return from Moho, but we have no way of getting data from Moho in order to refill our ship. Now, it is possible, however unlikely, that we could land on Moho, do one refuel, and then get back to Gilly with what we've got. Part of me is willing to try that. Yeah, because we've only got three things. We've got the lander on the surface, which obviously isn't going to do anything. We've got this thing orbiting Gilly, which can't get anywhere, and we've got this guy. Well, we've got nothing but time. Let's go ahead and do this part of the mission here. As long as we land somewhere on Moho that has ore, we can eventually fill this thing up and get it back to the mothership. The question is how much fuel is going to be in the mothership when that happens. And we've already used up... Yeah, you know what? I want to put these guys at 5. We've already used up a lot of our fuel. And we can't aero brake at Eve because we'll die. These guys are empty, yeah. We're going to have to refuel several times at Moho. I mean, like I said, we could get lucky and land somewhere that has good ore. But it's doubtful. But at this moment, the goal of this run is to do the ultimate challenge. I've taken the contract. I actually have a save that does this. I have to land everywhere with the same command pod, and then lastly return to Kerbin. So far, my goal at launch was to never have to launch another thing. I've already launched one thing, that thing that I left in orbit of Gilly by accident. I launched that from Kerbin because my scanner wasn't good enough. And I'm willing to launch more things if need be. But hopefully I won't have to do that. So far we've landed on even Gilly. That's it. We're taking care of the inner solar system here. And then we'll be heading out. We have to actually go back to Kerbin next to land on Minmus and Moon for reasons. And we also have to do Drez, everything at Jewel and Elu, and doing an Ike, obviously. I could also, after we land on Moho and get back to the main ship, we could, in theory, let me actually go to Moho here. Can't I vote? Yes. Precise node is awesome. Okay. Yeah, I need to be aimed as close to this maneuver node as I can. I have a refueler ship. that might be able to get to Moho with enough fuel to fill up the mothership with enough fuel to get back to Gilly. Okay, we're going to leave it at that. And then here, we will burn to not die. Periapsis of 35 seems reasonable. And then here, we will burn to achieve orbit. I kind of wish that I was smart and had fixed my inclination when I was slowing down in sun space. That would have saved me a lot of fuel. That would have saved me probably most of this, to be honest. Would have saved me a lot of fuel. But I'm dumb. That's 1,300. How much would this be? Just for funsies. Yeah, this would be 1,400. So it's about the same. Okay, let's get rid of this guy. Right? Because we've already we need both of these. Okay, let's go to Moho. Would have also been better to have met Moho out here. We are at his periapsis, although we're not at our periapsis anymore, but we were at our periapsis, at his apoapsis, which is never a good way to meet Moho, but to do otherwise would take planning, and I just don't want to do planning. Which is why I'm running out of fuel. Yeah, I got to turn Kerbal Engineer off for this guy because he just does not know what's going on. Okay, we are now in Moho's sphere of influence. Or are we? I think we are. Yeah, we're in Moho's sphere of influence. Okay. Doesn't really matter when I do this burn. Or exactly how much it is. The main important thing is that our periapsis be, I think 30 is fine. Now we can snap this to our periapsis. And this is a 60-second burn. Let's aim ourselves retrograde right now. Hey, Raffo, good evening. You just got home from work. I just woke up. Which in your time zone means late. This my time zone, it's late to just wake up, but I work third shift, so that's normal for me. So Raffo, you were here yesterday. The scanner that you helped me build, I left it in orbit of Gilly by accident, and so I have no way to scan Moho to determine what the quantities are on it. I'm gonna land blind and just hope I get some scanning. Yes, everything worked out nicely. Yeah, the landing the mothership on the surface was a boon for me. Landing on the surface of Gilly made everything so simple because I just time warped about 300 days and all my fuel tanks were full. It makes me want to go back to Gilly after this and refuel again. Makes me wish every planet had a Gilly. Yeah, as we burn up fuel, we get more and more off-center with the rest of the ship. But there's not much I can do about it. Should also be watching my fuel amounts here. There we go. Yeah, we are. I am concerned about the amount of fuel we have. I did not expect this to be this expensive. We might have to actually send the refueler from Kerbin. Because we are on the dregs. We've got to be on the dregs with these guys. 15! Now we do still have some fuel. We have fuel in these guys because this guy has to land. We need all the fuel in all these tanks in order to land this guy on whatever this planet is, Moho. Part of me wants to send the Tylo lander down, but I need to check here. Let me please hold while I check things. Let me check my DV map. Let me bring it over so we all can see my DV map. Tylo. To land on Tylo and get back, you need about $5,000. I'm pretty sure my Tylo lander has about $5,000 in it. That's including staging. So it's probably closer to 3.5, maybe 4, but probably not. To land on Moho and get back, you only need 870. So what I could do is screw the ISRU portion of our show here. Just land this thing. It needs fuel and stuff. It should actually now that we've changed this thing, we should turn all of its pumps down to 0. We could just land this guy on Moho and get back into orbit, and then go right back to Gilly. Although we would need to. Okay, all the pumps are 0. All the fuel is in the ship. Yes. We could land this guy on Moho, bring him back up, dock him, bring out the refueler, which is ridiculous. Fill this guy up with just enough fuel to get him back to Gilly. And then, let's see, it looks like one of these guys has fuel and nobody else does. Which engine has fuel? This guy apparently has fuel from somewhere. Oh, his fuel's... Oh, that's what was going on before. I need to turn off crossfeed. This still thinks he has fuel. That's what was happening during launch, is we had crossfeed enabled, and some of these guys were getting fuel, and others weren't. Interesting. I learned things. Let's disable crossfeed here. Should probably do it on all these. I should have done this in the VAB. Aha! Aha! Okay. So let's drop a quick save, a named one here. 03 Moho orbit. Because I have no idea if my plan here is going to work. Okay, what we need to do here is we need to grab this thing and smack it on the back of this guy. And then just bring it back and land. Let's just look and see what this is going to cost. To come to a stop, we're talking 1052. So let's say 1500 counting me screw up losses. That's $3,000. I think we can do it. I think we can do it from here without slowing down the mothership anymore. Whew. Are you now planning on sending a fleet of scanners to every mining body beforehand just to be sure? That's really not a bad idea. I might actually do something like that, considering I've already broken my no data or nothing coming from the mothership anyway. I might actually just constantly land this guy on like I don't know. I could just keep sending refuelers. It's ridiculous how expensive this trip is compared to what we're doing. But okay, let's go ahead and take care of business here. Do I want to use both of these guys? I think I just want to use one. And we'll use this guy. He is full of monoprop. Let's go ahead and decouple him if we are allowed. There we go. Undock. Control from here. Arm, turn the computer on, and the RCS. Get into locked mode, which I was just in. Okay, we can set this docking port as a target. Turn this on. Get ourselves... Oh, going to find controls here. Okay. Where's our... Okay, there's our target. So we just need to burn forward a little bit and then do that. Perfect. Yeah, having the mothership wander around a little bit while I'm doing this is kind of annoying. But I'm just going to deal with it. Not very centered at all. Okay, we don't want the computer core. We just want the ship. Okay. Come on. One of you better have undock. Okay. Okay, you are full of fuel. That's the important thing. Control from here. Set the bottom of Jeb as the target. Probably could have actually emptied him of fuel, and then done all this with him with no fuel. Because this might be... Oh, do not break the solar panels. Locked mode tells me I should be going this way. Yeah, this whole trip is a bit of fail, but that's what you get. I'm not what you would call well-versed in ISRU in the new versions. I'm kind of like... My memories of ISRU are all Kethane and... what was the other one? Carbonite. And obviously things have changed since then. Okay, port's over that way. We're heading that way. That works for me. Okay, that's right. We need to go at get this like this so that doesn't matter which way Jeb's facing when he gets out. But this is the back of him, so this will be the front. Is that correct? No, that's the side. Where is his door? Yeah, this is the back, so this is the front. So actually, yeah, that's the way I want it. The grid on the screen is called nav HUD. It basically makes the entire screen into your nav ball. You just toggle it with the Y key. It allows for far more precise maneuvering, and more importantly, it allows me to look at the screen instead of the nav ball for 90% of the mission, which I appreciate. Because the screen is generally prettier than the nav ball. And hello, welcome to the show, EMTMCG. I assume you are an emergency medical tech who plays Magic the card game. And no matter what you say, that's what I'm always going to think. What up is the failure of this space program. So far, all of my plans are failing. And I'm coming up with contingency plans on the fly. And one of these contingency plans is to use my Tylo lander for the second time to not land on Tylo. Okay. Now, Jeb, come on back. Let's just undock this node. Then release the claw. Control from here. Okay. As for docking, you ever tried one of the camera mods for No, I did use. Oh, I don't remember what it was called. There was a camera mod a long time ago. This was like 2.5 years ago, and it stopped getting worked on at about the same time that the docking port alignment mod came out. And it was part of a bigger mod, and I literally don't remember. I want to say it was the same guys who did the first strut mod, in space struts. But I love that mod. It added cameras to everything, but the only one I ever used was the docking port mod, the docking port cameras. And I don't know why the mothership is turning every direction, but I think we can get docked to it before things go horrifically wrong. What are you doing? Stop it. Whatever you're doing, stop it. Okay. Let's go ahead and do a really quick time warp here. Just to stop this thing from being nuts. Okay. But yeah, I used that one and I loved it. And then I tried the docking port alignment indicator and never really liked it. And then I was using nav ball docking alignment indicator, and I loved that one. That was my favorite one always. until I started using NavHUD, and then now I just love NavHUD. Laser, that was it. Laser, yes. Thank you. Yeah, I'm getting some weird tweaky torque on my mothership, and I don't know what's causing it. Other than my shoddy construction techniques combined with bugs in the game. Okay. Now, Jeb, if that's your real name. The Steam controller, no, I have tried with an Xbox One controller, and I didn't like it. I'm a keyboarder at heart. What are you going to do? Somebody posted a really cool looking joystick on the forums yesterday, and I kind of drooled over that a little bit, but then decided not to buy it. Okay, Jeb. That is the dark. So I think we're going to do this. We're going to, out here at Apoapsis, we're going to go this way. What am I doing? Yeah, we're going this way and slowing down. Just going to turn ourselves 90 degrees. It's only 100 meters per second. That way we can come down here and land somewhere on here. So let's aim at it. And this is all revertible. If I can't get this guy back into orbit at least, I will happily I will happily restore from the quick save I dropped when we first started. By the way, I'm going to send into chat something I typed in there. If you can guess what I was doing when I typed that by accident. And no, I wasn't complaining about something. Okay, we should probably have our engines on. Apparently that engine was on the whole time. Oh no, I just turned it on. Okay, there we go. Activate engine. Yeah, I'm very concerned about the mothership. I mean, in theory, we could return to Kerbin and hook this guy onto a whole new ship, and just, you know, like basically, I would make a whole new ship and deal with the fact that we're wasting all this time and effort and money. The only important thing about this whole trip is that I land this guy on every planet and moon. That's basically the only thing I actually care about. So that is a possibility. And as time goes on, it's a bigger and bigger possibility. Okay, that's good enough. Perhaps this is 17 is a little low, but you know what? We'll deal with it. $283. Well worth it. Where are... Yeah. I'm landing on Moho after getting to Eve. I've landed on Eve and I've landed on Gilly. I wanted to get Eve out of the way first because I figured it was going to be the hardest. I'm now kind of hoping I was wrong about that, because so far every step of the way has been hard, mostly due to my own my own issues here, but that's kind of the way this game works, right? You have this great plan, you plan it out to the letter, and then you try and realize as you're doing it that all your ideas are terrible. Whoa, I am just going crazy. I don't want locked. I don't want auto. I think I want free. There we go. I like the planet to be below me. I don't know how much electric charge we have, but it seems like we have plenty. Also don't need RCS on. And you forget the antenna. Yeah, antennas, batteries, and reaction wheels are that's my the bane of my existence is those three things. I'm always forgetting those. I should lock staging here. Can you do that? Is there a key to lock staging? I know that you can do it because I've been stuck on it before and I had to look it up. But the concept that I might accidentally stage one of these guys kind of terrifies me a little bit. Although we are going back to Kerbin, we can always. That's the cheapest way to resupply a mission is to go back to Kerbin. Okay, 17 by 16, perfect. Okay, doesn't really matter where we land, and this crater looks like a good choice. Although this one looks even better. So let's go right to our apoapsis here. Bring ourselves down like yeah. It's not the most efficient, but it's pretty good. Don't really want to land right on that crater. Let's bring it back just a little bit more so we're in this nice valley area here. Can only time warp 10 times because the game thinks I might crash. Alt L, thank you. Of course, I can't do it right now. But once we're out of this long time warp, I will do it. Alt L makes a lot of sense, too. Lock staging. It's just... I don't know. Alt L, there we go. Now we can't stage. We've got a 10-second burn coming up here. This burn being 10 seconds kind of scares me a little bit for the full descent burn. But we'll see what it's like. Okay, to come to a complete stop. 1 minute, that's not a big deal. We'll just do it about 45 seconds early. And I have a named quick save in orbit, so I'm going to drop a quick save here. It does make sense after you look it up, yeah. As do most things. Most things are super obvious once you've looked them up and know what they are. Looks like I don't have the ability to time warp anymore. Should also... I'm in surface mode already, but it feels like we're going this way, doesn't it? Let's bring up the HUD again. Why not? Yeah, about 45 seconds before the time of the burn, I'm going to start my burn. I'm actually going to then delete this. I mean, am I the only one who's crazy? It feels like we're heading this way. Even though we're in surface mode and it's telling me I'm heading this way. I think I think it's just a like an optical illusion. Yeah, we got plenty of fuel. For once, we have plenty of fuel. A little concerned about my velocity still being pretty high as we're coming down here. Ah! That's what you get when you hit the wrong key. Okay, let's aim ourselves retrograde now. Okay, impact in 10 seconds. Where is my shadow? There we go. Whew. We're out of fuel here. We still got tons of fuel. We're fine. Okay, maybe not tons. But we have lots of fuel. Okay, another quick save. Let's go ahead and take care of this part of the mission. Am I like in time warp? It always, I don't know about you guys, but since 1.1 came out, it feels like I'm in time warp. Maybe the surface isn't flat. I don't know. I don't think not flat would do it, and this looks pretty flat. Okay, let's get far enough away from the ship, plant our flag, and get out of here. There, 3 Moho. Things are not going to plan. Okay, now, I guess we just want to get into orbit. We don't really have the option to get into an efficient orbit that's going to help us very much. We could wait for Moho to get over here. That's what we're going to do. We're going to wait till we're here, and we're going to launch north. Nolan north. I wish I could rotate better. Let's see if I can do this. I want to be like, there we go, perfect. Okay, let's F5 again. Yeah, I might actually leave this entire mothership in orbit of Moho. Come out here and fetch Jeb with something better. Bring him back to Kerbin, and then rethink about my life. Okay, we want to be going basically north, but a little bit west. So we're going to be going like kind of this way-ish. And we should make you our target. I think you're already our target. No, you're not. Okay. Make him our target. And, yeah, what we want to do is we want to be going, like, kind of this way. I don't... Actually, Jesus, we're almost perfectly north and south. Maybe we just want to head north. Yeah, let's do it. Okay. North is that way. Okay. 3, 2, 1, go. Turn the computer on. Okay, we definitely don't want to be going kind of that way. Okay. I like to rotate so down is down when I'm doing these sort of things. Okay, we're watching our apoapsis. When it gets up to about 20, that's when I'm going to hit the X key here. Another thing, if I leave the mothership here, I might not need to. Oops, 25. We are going the exact opposite way of our mothership. I wanted to burn south. Let's restart from quick save and burn south. But I might be able to get him home by hooking everything together with the amount of fuel we have and then just, dropping stuff in space as we go. Okay, with the flag's here, we want to burn mostly south. Let's go. There we go. Oops, I'm upside down. Don't want to run into any mountains that we come across. It's a beautiful moment, yes. Looks like this guy is thrust limited. He is. There we go. Okay, I'm watching my apoapsis. Should be able to burn pretty much horizontal now. Oh, 34. It's come so quickly. Okay. Okay, let's restart from quick save and then time warp before we have to before we have to do our burn. I am so good at this game. I don't know why you all watch me, because you should have already learned all these tricks and just know how awesome I am. HMV, the Forgetful Space Cadet. Okay. Now, let's drop a quick save. Turn the computer on, because that's something else I kept forgetting to do. Now we're going to burn south. I'm so confident I'm raising the landing gear. Whew. I will say this is a lot harder than I thought it would be. And I thought it was going to be pretty hard. Okay, set you as a target. There we go, 6.3. That is something I can deal with. Okay, let's snap this to our apoapsis. Bring it forward until we are roughly where his periapsis is, give or take. Then we can fix this. This won't be too expensive. That's pretty darn good right there. 65 and 86. And we should have plenty. Yeah, because, I mean, the full Tylo ship, right? It's got like $5,000 in it. You can get home from Moho with $5,000. So I could just get home in the Tylo ship. And then from there, have a ship ready to go, built on Kerbin, that's better than the one we already have, and then continue on from there. So I think that's what we're going to do. I'm gonna build a better ship, get it up to maybe even all the way up to Minmus, and then we'll take Jeb to Minmus. Jeb will go right to Minmus from Moho, and we can't time warp because reasons. And then we'll take it from there. I think that's a good idea. Plan B, we'll call it. And go. That looks good to me. As does this still. Although I always like to go forward and back on it just to make sure things look right. Okay. Yeah, that looks fine. Okay. Don't need the HUD anymore. Should probably check the contract, make sure it still says... Yes, we've checked off 3 check marks. That's the important thing. The important thing isn't whether you actually do what you wanted to do. It's if the person who's keeping tabs on you thinks you did what you wanted to do. And really what we want to do is this. We don't care about all that other stuff. At least that's what I tell myself so I can sleep at night. Okay. Just get that all right there. Okay. Now, here we need to add a maneuver to speed up. Doesn't seem to be doing what I want, what I really, really want. Apparently we're already on Moho. Oh, I guess, yeah, I see what it is. What's going on here is he's going to take so long to come around that even speeding up here isn't enough. Although, actually, it is. We can... There's our orange. There it is. Yeah, if we go minus here just a little bit... Oh, not time. Go minus here just a... Oh, wow. Just -1 is enough. And then we can meet him here. Something close to that. Of course, we only do 10 times time warp because that would be beneficial. What sucks is I really liked my mothership, and I really liked my ISRU ship. It's just, I think the 2 of them are impractical. In particular, I liked that the ISRU ship was capable of landing on Duna and getting back into orbit. I really wanted to do that. Okay, this is going to be so ridiculously... I'm actually going to thrust limit these guys down to 0. And this guy... Oh, I'm going to thrust limit him down as far as possible. There we go. Is that 1.5 kilometers? Yes. Okay. There we go. 0.2 kilometers. Perfect. Okay, let's add a distance. That way we can time warp here. And watch min-miss as we go. Let's hit F5. Just for posterity's sake. Whoa, there we go. Okay, we are in target mode. We are only moving 22.7 meters per second relative to our target. I need to know where retrograde is. I also need to know which way I'm facing. Apparently this way. Have I mentioned how much I like better burn time? Telling me in 2 minutes and 37 seconds, our burn is going to have to be this, which actually we can now bring this guy up. We really only need the one. Oh, here's our loading the mothership. Okay, and now. Probably should have done this earlier, but well, it's a couple hundred meters between friends. Okay, where's the mothership? Opposite of that way. There it is. Hi, mothership. We should probably get into the sun before we do anything, but we'll probably be fine. And all we have to do is dock to it, because we're not doing anything special. What I want to do is I want to dock to it and then fill up I want to dock to it, fill up, and then detach, and then see what my meters per second are. That's my goal here. Should probably thrust limit this guy down again. This is why I like nav HUD, because you can do stuff like this. There we go. And let's just make this docking port our target. So now we know we have to be this away. Let's drop an F5. The farther away we get from Moho, the less we are going to diverge from each other as we go here, which is always nice. I'm actually going to burn a little bit more to get this guy going faster this way so we get lined up quicker. Screwing up. Got to be going this way. Although at this point we could probably just aim at it. Come on, you know you want to dock. Bam, okay, there we go. And he should already be full. Okay. Let's F5 again. And see, the thing is what I can do is I can dock him back to the bottom of the ISRU ship. Get all the fuel from everything into the ISRU ship. We could even... No, probably not the plane. Sadly, the plane's going to have to build a new plane. And then bring the entire ISRU ship back to Gilly with us. We can reuse that. I'm actually starting to wonder, do we need a mothership? Because if we don't bring a mothership, we just bring the ISRU ship with the Tylo lander docked underneath it. And then whichever one he needs, he leaves the other one in orbit. And then the only thing we have to worry about is the lathe plane. But we can just send that from Kerbin directly to lathe. And then Jeb can just pick it up when he gets there. And then we don't even really need the ISRU lander. We just need a bunch of fuel. Which this guy can get us if we can get him all the way back to Kerbin, but we probably can't. So anyway, let's do this because this weird rotation that he gets. Let's actually, you know what? Let's do this. Let's do it the easy way. We're going to hit F5. Then I'm going to undock. Then we're going to see how much meters per second I have. Only 4270, which is a bit low, to be honest. Although... it's a bit lower than I was expecting. I'm not 100% sure I can get back to Kerbin with 4270. Let's set Kerbin as our target here. We want to burn prograde out of here, which is completely opposite of everything we are. So let's do this. Oops, that's not what I want to do. Yeah, that's never going to do it. We're not going to be efficient. Whatever we do, it's not going to be efficient. Although, wait a minute. Out here, we can fix things, and that's not going to be all that expensive. See, we're heading this way, so we want to burn this way? No, we want to burn this way. Apparently we want to do it down here, which is far less efficient. It's actually not that bad. 387 meters per second. But I actually wanted to do it with the other ship. So F9. I'm definitely getting some weird phantom forces because without anything running, I'm actually going to go into 5 times time warp just to hold on to your butts. Yeah, so if we do this, that'll get us semi-equatorial. That'll get us very equatorial. Then we can figure things out from there. Now the question is, do I want to abandon the entire concept of the mothership? And I think it's time. I think it's time to call it. We're going to do it. We are going to attach Jeb down here. We are going to pump all the fuel out of these guys into this guy. Then we are going to leave everything behind, including the tugs and including this brain. The question is, do I want to include that brain? And I think the answer is yes. The ship is just not doing it. Yeah, because Jeb is just going to go home. Because we can't land this thing back on Gilly because well, we could leave this in orbit, but that would be dumb. That's not a bad idea, actually. Now we're going to try to get back to Kerbin. So what we're going to do, yeah, we're gonna hook these guys up. Then we're going to send the whole thing back to Kerbin, and we're going to do that next time though, because I'm tired. In the meantime, while I'm not streaming this thing, and I might not stream tomorrow, and I might not stream all weekend because it's the weekend. But my plan is to I'm going to build a new ship while I'm not streaming, and that ship will be waiting back at Kerbin for Jeb when he returns. And he's going to connect to that thing, and it's going to be tailor-made to go to all the places and that are left. And we'll take care of Kerbin while we're there, and then we'll head off to Duna. I hope you're looking forward to that. I'm definitely looking forward to doing it. I'm HMV, and I will, as always, talk at you later. Thanks a lot, whoever's left. I closed my webpage, so I don't know if anybody's even watching. But Raffo, Run DVI, EMT, Magic the Card Gathering. Thanks for watching, and yeah, I'll talk to y'all later.